them starts building their own infrastructure, their own proprietary, then India will become like full of different shapes of charging grids in all places, and that's not going to be sustainable. I go back to remembering how in mobile phones we used to have different connectors, proprietary connectors, etc. And I remember those images of multiple proprietary connectors at every location kept for charging. That's not tenable from an investment perspective in electric vehicles, which means that if this country has to really move forward, not having its 1-2% of owning electric vehicles, but almost 50, 60, 70% of the vehicle sales being electric vehicles, the infrastructure needs to be common, it needs to be seamless. Ideally, it should be common even for like 4-wheelers and 2-wheelers, but practically that's not possible. The requirements are very different, the locations are very different. So at least for 2-wheelers, it becomes very imperative that a standard which is suited for India, which can be adopted across players, and something that can be easily invested upon by charging station manufacturers and disseminators, gets adopted by India at a very early stage. The commonizing of Ather standard is towards that goal of getting to one standard which makes the electric vehicle industry move at a very fast pace. When we look at a city, there are two ways that we look at, right? One of the logics that we use is that, is the consumer likely to get a charging point within 4 kilometers of distance from wherever they are in the city, right? So are the locations that we are picking up well spread enough for if somebody was in a need of a top-up, they would find something within 4 kilometers, right? So we have an algorithm in the backend which we use to look at the city. We map the city based on the maps that Google have, and then see within a 4-kilometer distance which are the kind of locations that pop up. We also do an understanding. One of the things that we follow is that we'll put most of our charging in locations where consumers can spend 15 to 20 minutes. So those are eateries, those are malls, those are spaces like that. So we also map up those locations which have a parking registered in their name, which is a minimum requirement for us to be able to go and put an infrastructure out there. So when both of these sort of match, they give you the list of places where you can go and put up your charging infrastructure. The logic also, remember, is that one way to look at it is that, is there actual availability when required? The other way to look at it is that, does the consumer feel that there is sufficient number of charging infrastructure out there? And in some of those cases, putting them in, let's say, a mall, a salient location that the consumer can remember faster, sort of helps in getting the consumer's anxiety to be lower, even though the absolute number is not very high. Like, the number of petrol stations in a city are still in 2 digits. They are not in 3 digits, right? But your perception is that they're there everywhere. Right? So I think that's the kind of feeling that the consumer wants to have with the charging infrastructure also. If you look at apartment complexes, corporate spaces, etc., these are places where the government has the ability to mandate a setting up of charging infrastructure, to ease out the rules around the setting up of this charging infrastructure and take a really aggressive pull towards having these locations to be charging infrastructure enabled. Like, it's probably going to be difficult to have the entire city mapped into charging infrastructure. We're still trying to do that with Wi-Fi in India, right? So it's not going to happen overnight. But what can definitely happen is these small hubs. Like, if your homes, that are very well equipped to charge your vehicle, if you know that your offices are very well equipped to charge your vehicles, chances are that your anxiety goes substantially down. And then there are these, whether public or private locations across the city where you know that it's out there if you need it, then I think your anxiety goes down substantially. Specifically for two-wheelers, getting a normal charging network, not the fast charging network, the normal charging network is essentially having a 5 ampere plug point. If a location can have a 5 ampere plug point, it can have a two-wheeler normal charging capability. Right? And the location that I'm talking about, the homes, the corporates, those are places where the vehicle is there standing for 5 to 7 hours. And a normal charging is more than sufficient for you to get your complete charge. And remember, no vehicle ends up in that place with 0% charge. they probably end up at 30%, 40% kind of charge. Right? So I think that's the first answer, that setting up a two-wheeler charging infrastructure is the easiest. If you look at the power outage problem, the power outage problem is typically at times when there is peak load, right? And your peak loads happen because of your manufacturing dependence happen in the daytime, right? Whereas most of your charging happens in your rest time, it happens at night. Night is a time when your utilization of power is not at its highest. And in fact, is a point of time when your energy losses are the highest because India doesn't have enough storage capacity for electricity, right? So I think, I'm not saying it is not going to be a problem ever, but I'm saying for the next 2 to 3 years, for the volume of vehicles that are planned optimistically on the road, this is not a problem, right? Simultaneously, you must remember that microgrids are a thing in India, right? More and more tier 2, tier 3 cities are looking at microgrids, and when you look at microgrids always have a storage capability within it, right? And optimistically, I would say, because you're looking at India development, I would say in 5 years' time, every apartment complex should be a microgrid. Every corporate should be a microgrid because they have surface area, they can put solar, they have water movements, etc. So there are multiple opportunities of creating microgrids, which should further improve the utilization of that energy for this purpose. I don't think power outages are going to be a problem for this industry to thrive.